Hey, welcome back, everybody. Um, this is just one. I wanted to talk a little bit about why I chose the name Just One. I'm about to get serious, and I realize about 90% of whoever's watching just clicked off, but that's okay. Um, Just One is actually, I even wrote a musical called Just One for my bucket list, so it means something to me. Um, where do I go back? As I've lived through life, I'm only 41 years old. I've been a teacher for, this is my 15th year. Married, two kids. I've worked at like four different schools. Um, as I look back at different things, I can see how I was meant to be where I was meant to be when I was meant to be there, if that makes sense. And it takes just like one experience or one person to kind of help me see that. And I wanted to share one of the very first ones that kind of helped spiral all of this, really, I'd say. So it is 2011. It's January. I'm at a different school. I have a few TAs. One in particular, funniest kid ever. Never cared what people thought. Always doing things for others, making them laugh. Good kid. Uh, he would help with the lunch staff, and then he would come up and hang out with me while I was eating lunch or whatever. And we got to be pretty close, good friends. Um, he even invited me to his birthday party. I mean, I didn't go because that's weird, but still, this 14-year-old thought to invite his teacher, which was pretty cool. So he's my TA. Well, he's in my Spanish class for a year, and then he's my TA, my teacher's assistant, for a half year. And it's the last day he's going to be my TA. And he walks out the door and he says, "You're going to miss me." And I'm like, "Yeah, right, get out of here," joking around. And that would have been the last words that I would have said to him or he would have said to me. He was later hit by a car and died at the hospital later. Um, it happened like way, way suddenly. At that time, I was married, but I had no kids. I spent a lot of time at work because my husband was finishing school. So I would help with the musical or help with the cheerleaders or help, um, whatever they needed my help with, just be a body there to help. Um, so when this happened, he was the closest person to me to ever pass away. Now he's not. It's been 10 years. But he was the closest person to ever pass away. And it affected me in a way that I never thought it would. First, just like disbelief, um, trying to message people around like, is this real? Is this what I'm seeing like on social media? Is this real? And finally, like a trusted friend messaged me and said, "Yeah, this is real." Um, and then the grief, um, a lot of crying. Not a lot when students were around. Tried to be tough and strong because that's my rep, which is about ready to be shattered right now, right? When I'm serious, but it was, I mean, just I can't even explain just how like completely caught off guard we all were. Um, so he passed away on a Monday, I believe, and we were back in school on a Tuesday. It was the day we were supposed to do grades that Monday. I had gone home for the day, and then the news just broke. And then we were back on Tuesday at work. Um, we had grief counselors on site. Um, I would find kids crying. I would send them in there. And then my principal pushed me in to go talk to them. And the whole time, as I'm crying to them, they're telling me that I should get a substitute and that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly normal for what I've been through. Um, Later heard that other news people wanted to talk to me because he was my TA, um, and I just got out of all of that. Right, I didn't want to be a part of it. Um, Luckily, in my district, they have people who take care of that and who value us as employees enough to know that it would have done more hurt to me and to his family to have to keep reliving this over and over again. So he passed away, um, and we were all about 2 days after he passed away. It was a Thursday, actually, so a few days after. His parents came into the school, and I think I had seen his mom once, but not you know, mostly just she was in the background as he came to say hello to me and stuff. And then I saw him. And it just so happened to be my prep time, which means I didn't have a class. And I come out of the office and I see this kid's mom and dad. His name is Jameson. I see Jameson's mom and dad, and I can see in her eyes she looks just like him. So I knew that that's who it was. And I just said, Jameson's mom? And she said, Heath. And we just ran and we hugged and we cried. I was able to be semi okay around students. I was able to stay and teach and answer their questions, which I really was grateful for because they would want to know where I thought he was and where I believe that Jameson went to after he died. And I believe that he's in heaven. I believe that he's very happy. And I believe he's not in any pain, but he's having a joy we can't describe. And I was happy to be able to share that with them. Because it's not something a normal Spanish teacher talks about in any language, really. But the kids, it affected a lot. I got to be able to walk the parents around the school, clean out his locker, clean out his stuff in the shop. Let him say goodbye to the cooks because he got to serve lunch with them, and then walk them out. And as they were walking out, I hugged him again. This time, Jameson's dad hugged me, and in my ear, I could hear him say, "Keep being the kind of teacher that you are." I mean, sure, I'm a Spanish teacher, but first, I teach kids. And that's always been how I've done things. It's always how I want to be able to do things. If one kid is unable to learn that day because of something hard, I have to stop. There's just, I can, pull them aside or get the class going and talk. In all of thinking about what to do for Jameson's funeral and his viewing and stuff, I knew I would be there the whole time. And I was glad I was. Because I am also a writer, I had written a few things each time. Right after the accident happened, a girl who knew him very well, also a student, came up to me and said, I want to write him a song. And I never taught her. This is why this is just more than coincidence already. But she said, I want to write him a song, but I can't do lyrics. I'm like, I think I could write something. So, day later, I have lyrics. Day after that, she has music. And we need a counter melody. We get it all ready. Choir teacher takes care of it. And eventually, we record it. We play it for the end of year assembly to his family, including his grandparents, and eventually give him a CD with a copy of the recording. But right after he passed away, this is what I wrote. Jameson, what the crap? You said you'd be back to see me every day. Maybe you have been. I just haven't been noticing. Can you believe that I've been alive for 31 years and you are the closest person to me to ever pass away? Knock on wood. I'm sorry I didn't realize how important you were to me before. I think I realized it, I just never told you. I saw you every weekday. That's more than I see anyone but my husband. That's how big a part of my life you were. I feel like you said goodbye to me. You were ready to go back to our Heavenly Father, and you tried to prepare me. I can see that now. Thanks for getting me ready, for taking care of me, and for being my best friend. I'm nervous and excited to celebrate your life tonight and tomorrow. And then after that, I went to the viewing, spent the whole time there. We planned and got ready to release balloons the next day at the funeral. Have all the kids line up because he was a friend to everyone. This is what I wrote right after the viewing. I spent the whole evening at your viewing yesterday. Your family didn't need me there, but I wanted to stay and show all the kids that came that I was okay, and to comfort them when they weren't okay. They weren't okay. Honestly, neither was I, but somebody was carrying me last night. You will probably never realize the impact you had on so many people, especially me. I'm so glad to know where you are, and that this has given me an opportunity to tell everyone about what I believe, and about where you are, and about how happy you are. Life always feels hard for some time or another. I love seeing how it didn't feel hard for you. You loved it and lived it every second of your life. And for a while, every day, when you were in my class visiting me, it didn't feel hard for me either. It feels hard today. It has felt hard for the past few days. I know sometime soon the memories will help me to feel like it's not so hard. I know I will try every day to live my life a little more like you did, a little less serious, a little more for others, and a lot more happy. I will try to remember you every day. Not how I saw you last night, but how I saw you at school, with your TA pass on, smiling, laughing, and loving everything. I feel honored that I got to be part of your life for a year and a half. It has definitely been some of the best times of my life. Love you. I know if I say goodbye, you will say see you later. So see you later. Um, so funeral the next day. Couldn't keep it together too much. And after that, I began to write more and more and more and more. I have over 30 songs or poems that I've written in the hopes of finding someone who can actually do music to them because I can't. But this one kid who influenced a whole community at one time, a whole school, has influenced me now. It only took one, just one. I'm more mindful of how I do things and say things, and more grateful for the people who are around me because I know that they are making me who I am today. Later on, again, before I had my own family, it says, some days looking back, it seems so far away, and sometimes it feels just like yesterday. Sometimes I don't know how I make it through, and then I remember that I still have you. Sometimes I feel more alone than before. I'm afraid I'll forget, and that scares me even more. Sometimes I can picture you and hear exactly what you'd say, but I still wish that you were here today. I know where you are, and that's where you're supposed to be. I know I'm selfish when I ask what about me. Others keep leaving, and I know some are coming too. It helps to know that they're being watched over by you. Please take care of those who are already gone, and take care of mine. I promise it won't be long. Somehow I will smile through all the tears, and I'm less afraid of future years. I know you see me, and I will try to make you proud. I will do what you do, but I will be less loud. Even though I was your teacher, I learned more from you, and all my memories will get me through. Um, this experience was supposed to happen. It was supposed to happen while I was his teacher. while I was at that school, while I was with those kids. And I'm completely sure of that. There are just too many coincidences for it to be a coincidence. It's as if God placed us in the places we're supposed to be so that we're there for each other, to take care of each other, and to help each other. I still am in communication with some of his good friends because of how close we got after he passed away. And as his song said that we wrote called Jamie's Song, it is on iTunes. Things are different now and they'll never be the same. But if I keep his memory alive, they're okay. Because it only took just one.